everyone, my name is Karen, this is my channel RatherBeReading, and today I'm bringing to you my Spookathon vlog and wrap-up. Hi guys, welcome to a new reading vlog. It is 6 p.m. on Monday the 15th of October, day one of Spookathon. I got home from work a little while ago. I have just been finalizing the vlog, the reading vlog from prior to this one, and it is currently exporting from the editing program. I do have knitting group tonight. I need to leave in about 15 minutes, but let's talk about what I've been reading so far. So first off, I started with The Dead Ex by Jane Corrie. This is the book that is going to meet the reading challenge of both reading a thriller and reading a book with a spooky word in the title, which you could take your pick between dead and X for that. So I am 27% of the way through. I'm pretty happy with that. I wanted to get at least a third of the way through it today because I knew today was going to be a day where I didn't have as much time for reading because I obviously am working full-time throughout the week as always, and I had knitting group tonight, which generally takes up like my whole night. So I wanted to get at least a third of the way through it. If you've been watching my reading vlogs, then you know I have lately not been getting a lot read throughout the day when I'm at work. But I managed to read on both my bus journeys and on my lunch break today, which was awesome. So I am 27% of the way through, so I'm really, really happy with that. I should be able to surpass the 33% goal at this rate. So this is a adult thriller. It's one that I've got from NetGalley. The plot is described as being about a man goes missing, and it says that we're following 4 women. One of them is his ex-wife, who is being questioned by the police, and they think that she's got something to do with it, but she isn't the most reliable of characters. And then it also says that we're following the current wife of the missing man, and then we're also following a little girl and her mother who are in a very awful situation. Basically, the mother has been using the little girl to deal drugs. The little girl doesn't really understand what she's doing. She's just, I think she's about 8, and she's playing a game with her mum. And basically the mum's using her to deal drugs, and they get caught by the police right at the start, and she goes off to live in a foster care situation. I'm not really sure how it all ties in together. I've got an idea which seems fairly obvious to me, but I'm not sure whether, like, if that is what's going to be, or if that is the case, if it's supposed to be so obvious. I could be completely wrong as well. Like, I'm not really sure. We also don't have anything at all so far about the current wife. Like I said, I'm 27% of the way through, so over a quarter of the way through. She hasn't come into the story at all so far. I love an unreliable narrator story, so it's interesting. I will also say that the little girl is black. She's a black character. So there's that kind of representation. I'm not sure whether the author, I haven't looked into if the author is also a person of color. I don't know whether what the race of the other characters is as yet either, so I can't comment on that. I'm enjoying it so far. It's very much one of those books where I'm kind of like, what the frick is going on? Like, I'm not really sure how it's all like tying together really at this point. But I'm enjoying it. That's why I like thrillers, because they take you on a fun ride. So I've read 27% of that. I also started the audiobook today for God's Grave by J. Christoph. This is not on my Spookathon TBR. It's not really part of the, I'm reading it during the readathon, but it's not really part of the readathon. I don't purchase my audiobooks. I get them through my library app, so I'm really at the mercy of what comes in and what's available. And again, if you've been watching my past reading vlogs, then you know that I had a bunch on hold and I was waiting for them to come in. I had like 6 on hold and 3 of them have come in. So this is the first one that came in, so I'm listening to this one. It doesn't meet any of the challenges. It doesn't really fit into the readathon, but I'm reading it. I am 37% of the way through. So again, I wanted to make it a third of the way through this one as well. So I was really happy to Winifred. Oh, she knows she's not allowed. So this is the sequel to Nevernight. I had almost forgotten, like I hadn't, but it still like really kind of shocks me how graphic these books are, not just with the violence, but with the sexual content, just like everything in there is very full on. I am enjoying it. I'm invested. The first book took me quite a while to get into, but I ended up really enjoying it. And this one, I don't think it's taken me as much to get into because I'm already invested in the main character and kind of her general like story. So I'm enjoying it so far. Looking forward to kind of seeing where we're going. I had a look today because I thought, oh, this book came out a while ago, the third book, because I'm not sure if it's a trilogy or if there's going to be more, but I was like, the third book should be out soon. So I had a look, and it's not coming out till September 2019. That's like a whole year away. So that's disappointing. But yeah. So that's it, I think. That's what I've been reading. Not sure how much more I'll get read tonight. I will definitely check in with you guys again when I get home from work tomorrow. Hopefully I've got a lot to report by then, because if I can keep up with getting a lot read throughout the day, not just on my audiobook, but on my normal Spookathon book as well. And if I get some read tonight before I go to bed, once I get home from knitting, hopefully I've got a lot more thoughts to give you on all of the books tomorrow. So yeah, I think that is it for this clip. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye guys. Hi guys, it is 7:48 p.m. on Tuesday the 16th of October. It is day 2 of Spookathon. I was at work today obviously, and then I had to leave work a little bit early because I had a physio appointment tonight. Normally my physio appointments are on Wednesdays, but I couldn't get in on Wednesday, and she managed to squeeze me in tonight. She doesn't normally work late on Tuesdays, but she managed to squeeze me in, which was great. But I had to literally come home, get changed for boxing, go straight to physio, and then go straight from physio to pick my mum up, and then go to boxing. And then I've just come home from boxing class. So, needless to say, I'm tired. Hi, baby. I am tired, and it's why I look like crap. So, the good thing about having both physio and boxing tonight, though, is that means I've got a completely free night tomorrow night, although I do need to film, edit, and upload a video tomorrow night. Anyway, aside from that, reading update. So, last night I managed to make it, I think it was about 42% of the way through The Dead Ex by Jane Corrie, and I'm currently, where are we? 63% of the way through, so read just over 20% of that today. Hoping to get 75% of the way through tonight. I've got about an hour and a half just over an hour and a half before I normally head to bed, but I do have to have dinner and wash my hair. But hopefully I can get at least 75% of the way through. That's kind of my goal for tonight. I'm still enjoying this. I don't think we're going down the path that I thought we were going down yesterday, which is good because it means it's not as predictable as what I thought it was maybe going to be. We're kind of at that stage now where I don't really have any idea what's going on, which is a good thing. But my only concern sometimes with that is that when you have no idea what's going on, that then sometimes when the ending happens and there's the reveal and all of that, it sometimes is too out of left field and is something that you could never have really put together, whereas I prefer a thriller when it has like the reveal where I'm like, what? And you feel like you maybe could have put it together but you didn't. But we'll see. Like I say, I've still got a ways to go, so we will see. I did continue also listening to the audiobook for God's Grave. I'm now 66% of the way through, so exactly 2/3 of the way through that, so hopefully I can get that one finished tomorrow. Hopefully I should have both of these books finished tomorrow. I'm still really enjoying God's Grave. There is something that's kind of happened with a romantic element to the story that if you told me, I don't know, I don't know how to talk about it without spoiling things. I didn't think that I'd be into it, but I think I am. Interesting. I also feel like this book is going to leave me on a massive cliffhanger, and then I'm going to be real pissed that it's a year until the third book comes out, but this is what happens when you read currently being published series, which I rarely do for this exact reason. But yeah, I think that's it. Apologies that I look so awful, but I wanted to film this clip before I forget because, like I said, still got to have dinner, wash my hair, do all of that stuff. So I'll check in with you guys when I get home tomorrow. Like I said, I'm going to basically come home and I'm probably going to film the video that I need to film, which will be my mid-month. Winifred, do not scratch that couch. Which is basically will be my mid-month wrap-up. I need to film that tomorrow night and then get that edited and uploaded to go up on Thursday morning. So I basically have to have it uploaded tomorrow night, but it's not like the vlogs where they take a really long time to upload. They're much shorter videos in theory. So we'll see. Anyway, I'm just rambling now. So I will talk to you guys when I get home from work tomorrow. Bye guys. Hi guys, it is 6:19 p.m. on Wednesday, the 17th of October. It is day 3 of Spookathon today. I got home from work a little while ago. I quickly filmed my mid-month wrap-up for October. The lighting is not as great as I hoped it would be because it has been raining for the last couple of days and is super overcast. This clip right now looks really well lit, and I wish that my video had looked as good as that on camera, but I think it's not great, but what can you do? Hopefully it doesn't turn out to be too terrible once I export it and start editing it. So I'm planning to edit that now. I think that'll probably take me less than an hour, hopefully, to get the part where I actually can't do anything else, just focus on that until around dinner time, and then hopefully I can read for the evening. So reading update, I finished 2 books today. I finished both my audiobook and my ebook while I was on the bus on the way home, which was really good. So first I finished my audiobook, God's Grave by J. Kristoff, and holy crap, you guys. I almost don't want to like these books, and I don't know why I feel that way about them, but I did really enjoy it. So the first book, as I mentioned, took me quite a while. Not quite a while, but it took me a while to get into the kind of the style of the writing and how kind of full on it is, like I've mentioned, with the sex and the violence and the language. And guys know if you watch this channel that I ain't afraid of some swear words and some curse words and some language and some cussing. Like, I ain't afraid of it. It doesn't bother me in the slightest, but it is very prevalent in this. This is definitely not young adult. This would be new adult. For sure. And so this book, second book, didn't take me anywhere near as much to get into, like I mentioned, because I'm already invested in the characters. And this book took me on such twists and turns. J. Kristoff did an amazing job, I will say. I know he can be controversial as a person. A lot of people don't really like him. But I don't know, there was just, he takes you on a ride, he really does. He does really well with making you think one thing and then doing something different and even sometimes when I kind of figure out something that's kind of going on, or one part of something that's going on, there's always at least 3 or 4 other things going on as well that I don't figure out and don't know that's coming. And it's just twist after turn after twist after turn, and it's so action-packed, and there's always so much going on. I love Mia as a character because she's so interesting. She's such an interesting character to read about. She's such an, I'm holding a pen now that I just grabbed off the couch to stop Winifred from trying to eat it or steal it or whatever she was planning to do with it. And now I'm going to put it down so I don't constantly do this for the rest of this clip. She is definitely an anti-hero. She is such a grey kind of character. She doesn't always do the thing that you as a reader want her to do. She doesn't always do the good thing. She, like I said, is very grey. Sometimes she does some things that you're like, oh, I wouldn't do that. But, it's ultimately she's on a revenge mission. That's the whole point of the series. And you know, she does some dark shit along the way, let's just be real. So I don't know, I really enjoyed this. I really did. I'm giving this one, I gave the first one a 4-star. I'm giving this one 4.5 stars. It's not quite a 5-star read for me, I don't think, but holy fuck, did it take me on a ride. I'm upset now that I have to wait a year till book 3. Like, the book does end on pretty much a cliffhanger, and so just know that going in, but it's worth it. I'll probably end up having to reread these first 2 before I read the 3rd book in a year, but I think it'll be worth it because I did really enjoy my reading experience. So 4.5 stars to that. Great kind of first book to finish off for Spookathon, even though it doesn't count for any of the challenges for Spookathon. It doesn't even really fit in with this theme of Spookathon, but whatever. So on to my actual first read of Spookathon that I finished today, The Dead Ex by Jane Corrie. This one now completes both my challenge to read a thriller and to read a book with a spooky word in the title. So this book went downhill for me. I still enjoyed it. Oh, sorry, I just literally almost dropped the camera and now I put my hand in screen. I'm such a professional. I enjoyed this book, but it did go a little bit downhill for me, and the ending was not my favorite. She did take me on a good ride, which is what I want from a thriller, of me feeling very like, what is happening? I'm not sure like what's going on. A couple of the like little twists and turns and things, like for the main part, I had figured out what was going on. And then there are a couple of things, other things are kind of in there that maybe I didn't guess, but there's also some things in there that to me felt very tacked on, which I dislike when it's like the author feels like she's got to go for this like shock value thing, so they tack something on that you just go, why was that there? Like it was just unnecessary. I saw that the author has 2 previous thrillers, and both of those have got pretty good reviews, and I definitely would pick up something else by her because I did enjoy the writing, and like I said, she did really draw me into the story at the start and really like take me on a journey with the thriller of the twists and turns of the mystery. So I'm like trying to figure out like how the characters were interconnected and all of that type of thing. Nothing overly shocking, like I said, but I did still enjoy it. I think I'm going to give it a 3.5. It was probably a 4-star for most of the book, but the ending, I just was not the greatest for me. But it was still enjoyable, and I would recommend if you are looking for a fun thriller, because it was still a fun time to read. So that's it. I finished those on the bus on the way home, so I haven't picked up anything else yet. I will now, for my evening reading, be picking up Fingersmith by Sarah Waters. Once I've finished editing my mid-month wrap-up, that is my plan for the rest of the evening. It's just to watch some booktube and read Fingersmith. I'm really excited to get into that one. So I'll talk to you guys when I get home from work tomorrow, and hopefully I'll have my beginning thoughts on Fingersmith by then, because I've been dying to read that book for a really long time. It was on the 5-star TBR predictions video that I did a while ago, so I've got really high hopes for this book. So keep your fingers crossed for me, you guys, but I'm really excited to pick it up. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye guys. Hi guys, it is 5:38 p.m. on Thursday, the 18th of October. I just got home from work. I'm feeling very tired. I'm very much looking forward to it being Friday tomorrow. I didn't get very much reading done today, and I'm predicting that I'm going to get very little, if anything, read tomorrow, because I'm predicting that I'm going to have a really manic day at work tomorrow, but we'll see. Hopefully not. So I did last night start Fingersmith by Sarah Waters. I read about 75 pages of this last night, and then on the bus on the way home, which is my only reading time today, I read a further 15 pages, and I'm now on page 90. And this book is 550 pages, so I'm barely made a dent in it, really. I am really enjoying this so far. This is basically about a young woman named Sue, who is an orphan, and she is raised by a group of people who are basically all thieves and have a lot of dodgy dealings. It's set in 1862 in London, and basically they decide, it falls into a scheme where there's this other guy who is trying to convince this woman who's going to be rich when she gets married, and he's trying to convince her to marry him. However, a bit of a wrench was thrown into the works with that plan of his, because the lady's maid who chaperones the visits fell ill or died. I think they thought she fell ill and they thought she was going to die. So that's thrown a bit of a wrench into things. And so he organizes for Sue to be hired as the new lady's maid so that she can chaperone the visits and help prod things along in the romance and inevitably, like, take this woman's money and be rich is the ultimate goal. It is very gothic in feeling already in just the 90 pages that I've read. I'm very much looking forward to getting even more into the meat of the story because I already feel like there's some like strange things going on, and I'm pretty into it. I'm not gonna lie. This wasn't my 5-star TBR prediction, so I did think that I was gonna love it, but I'm really looking forward to getting even further into this. Having said that, I did finish another book today. So I finished an audiobook today. I listened to the entire book of Brave by Rose McGowan. Now, this is not, again, counting towards anything to do with Spookathon. It's about a 7 or 8 hour audiobook, and I do listen to my audiobooks on 1.5 speed, so I did get through the whole thing today. So this is Rose McGowan's memoir. It is narrated by Rose McGowan herself, so I do recommend listening to the audiobook. I have been aware of Rose McGowan as a celebrity for a really long time. I was a big Charmed fan, and Winifred, she likes to test my limits. I was a big fan of Charmed, which obviously she was a main character on Charmed for a lot of years, and I was just kind of always aware of her with her kind of relationship with Marilyn Manson. So I was aware of her from even back then, which is, I believe, before her Charmed days, and just kind of always been kind of aware of her. And obviously she became pretty prevalent recently as a big part of the Me Too movement and a lot of the stuff. She was one of the very early people who came out against Harvey Weinstein. And this book is about her life from when she's young. She was born in Italy and grew up in a cult, the Children of God, and grew up in that cult until she was, 7 or 8, I think, when her father took her and some of her brothers and sisters and they left the cult and came to America. So she had a very tough upbringing from a very young age from being in the cult, and then her family never had a lot of money and she grew up poor and also had a lot of problems in the relationships with her family. Her mother had several boyfriends or husbands who were abusive towards Rose, both sexually and just physically, etc. She got put into rehab when she was like 13, even though she did acid one time. And then one of the mother's boyfriends convinced the mum that she was a drug addict and that she gets put into rehab. She does go on to have some drug use later on, but she was definitely not an addict when she got put into rehab. So things like that. And it is just very much talking about women in a man's world, and obviously in the context of Hollywood a lot, because she is a Hollywood actress, and a lot of it is hard to read because you really are seeing how exploited people can be, just from when she was very first started in the industry and she was very young and naive and was told like things like she could never cut her hair because if you cut your hair, men won't want to fuck you, and if men don't want to fuck you, then they won't hire you. That just kind of ingrained stuff in the industry, that when she was sexually assaulted by Harvey Weinstein, Winifred, and she doesn't name him in the book because she says that she knows that we know who she's talking about, and she doesn't want to name him. She doesn't want his name in her book, and I really appreciated even that kind of commentary, that when the sexual assault by him happened to her, about how known it was in the industry that this man was a sexual predator, and how just no one did anything about it. It was just overlooked that, she had a co-worker or a friend type of person who made a comment to her like, oh, I told him like not to do, I don't know. It's just like, it's very known, like everyone knows. And when she went to see a lawyer, like she wanted to report this at the time that it happened years and years and years and years and years ago, and was told no one will ever believe you, like, and you're an actress who, like, it's just no one's going to believe you, and it'll never get, he'll never get prosecuted, so just like forget about it. And how much that affected her in her life. and just generally about, you know, the power of white privileged men in Hollywood. There's a lot of stuff just all about that type of thing. I really enjoyed it. Well, enjoyed it as much as you can enjoy this type of book. I thought a lot of the commentary in there was really, it's just all about her and her journey to getting to a place that she's in now, where she is like, fuck this and fuck everything that's brought me to this moment and what goes on in the industry. I'm not going to be quiet about it anymore. I am going to use my voice and speak up about it, because I think it's disgusting the way people get treated, particularly women get treated, and, you know, all that type of thing. She is pretty aware, for the most part, of her privilege. She does address it at different times, even like with her white privilege. She talks about at one point when she was young and she was at a party and she was arrested and accused of trying to, like, I think kick one of the police officers when she was at the party, and she ends up doing, she ends up getting like community service. And she does talk about at that point about how if she'd been a young black woman, her sentence would have been way more severe than what she got as a pretty white girl. So she does, you know, touch on that kind of a little bit as well, but it is mainly just about women, generally. But I don't even really, I feel like I'm not articulating my thoughts on it really well. I thought it was pretty powerful. And she just even talked about how she had a surgery at one point, a sinus, an operation on her sinuses, and there was an accident that happened during the surgery, and she ended up with like a hole like near her. And when she had surgery on that, to fix that, they had to then do surgery on the other eye because they were like out of alignment, and they had to kind of like fix things up. And about how she was vilified in the media on websites like Perez Hilton, who, don't even get me started, you know, and just like she does talk about a little bit about how even if she had just had like plastic surgery and stuff, that's none of anybody else's fucking business, and she can do what she wants with her body. And if she chooses to have plastic surgery, or if anyone does or they don't, she can age any way that she wants to, and just all of that type of thing. It was just, I don't know, it was good. I enjoyed it. I'm giving it 4 stars. I thought it was a pretty good, interesting read. If you're interested in that type of subject matter, I recommend checking it out, because I thought it was pretty good. And my thoughts that I've given you guys have been completely all over the place and not coherent at all, and I do apologize for that. But I read that book today and I enjoyed it. So I have a massage tonight. I need to leave in about 25 minutes. So I don't know how much reading time I'm going to get tonight. I should be home before 8, so I should have like an hour and a half. I don't know. Like, I had a decent-ish amount of time to read last night, and I still only got 70 pages. This is definitely a much denser read than the other, than my previous book for Spookathon. So I'm confident, kind of, that I can get at least this and the graphic novel Paper Girls. That is what the other book that was on my TBR done. And then the only other book that I have on my TBR besides that is the Toil and Trouble anthology. So I'm hopeful that I can get at least this and the graphic novel done. I still really do want to get to Toil and Trouble as well, but we'll see, because like I said, this is a 550 page book and we're over halfway through the readathon, and I've still got like 400 pages, more than 400 pages in this, plus the graphic novel, plus Toil and Trouble. So I'm just not confident that it's all going to get done, but I do really want to read it all. So I might have to have some really dedicated reading time this weekend. We'll see. Don't you just love how bright and orange the back cover of this book is? Yeah, okay. I'm just really rambling at this point. So I'm going to talk to you guys when I get home from work tomorrow for a very exciting Friday evening clip, because it's always exciting on Friday evenings when you're heading into the weekend. So I will talk to you guys then. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. It is... I have to reach for my phone. Ugh. It is... Oh, shit. I just accidentally skipped to the end of a video that I was halfway through watching. It is 5:41 p.m. on Friday the 19th of October. It is day 5 of Spookathon. I just got home from work, like literally just got home from work like 2 minutes ago, fed the cat, came straight in here to film this clip. My bus didn't turn up this afternoon. Well, it did, but it was like 13 minutes late, which meant it was only like 2 minutes before the next scheduled bus anyway. Anyway, so that was really peeved me off. Always great on a Friday when you're just so keen to get home. Reading update. So I'm still reading Fingersmith by Sarah Waters. Didn't get anywhere near as much read of this last night as I would have liked. I was on page... Well, I can tell you because I know exactly where I was up to last night. Let me figure it out. I was on page 179. So I ended up reading basically 100 pages yesterday, and that's it. And I haven't read hardly anything today as predicted. I read on the bus on the way home, and that's it. And I'm currently on page 205. I am adoring this. I love this so far. We got up to a part last night where I read up to where I was just like... holy shit, this is amazing. So, I'm really into this. Now, it's Friday. Praise the Lord. So, let's talk about the weekend and weekend plans and just generally how much I think I'm going to be able to get read. Am I going to be able to read everything on my TBR? Potentially not. So, tonight, I am now going to see A Star is Born tonight with my mum. I am so fucking excited because I've been so hyped to see this movie. I first heard about the movie like so long ago, I think before Bradley Cooper was even attached to it, and then like slowly more news came out about it, and I slowly got more and more excited because, you know, then it was announced Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga, and then I watched, I'm not sure if it was a teaser trailer or the very first trailer that came out for it. I only ever watch one trailer for things, and then try to avoid all other trailers after that because, you know, these days they release so many trailers for things, and I feel like you've basically seen the whole movie before you go to the cinema, and I don't like to be spoiled. So, and I was so excited, you know, and then the song came out, and I've seen the film clip for the song, and I've been so excited, and then now that it's come out, and people have started seeing it, and the reviews have been amazing. It only came out in Australia yesterday. My friend Emma actually saw it on Wednesday night. Hi, Emma. And she loved it, and I'm so excited. So I'm going to see that tonight with Mum. I need to pick her up at about 7:15, so we're in an hour and a half. So I have potentially time to get some reading done before that, but if I'm being completely honest, I really feel like having a nap because I'm really tired, and now I know that I feel like that movie's going to be emotional. So I feel like a nap could be a good thing maybe, but we'll see what I end up doing. And the rest of the weekend, so I'm going to coffee tomorrow with my parents as per usual. I don't think I've got anything else going on in the day. I really do need to at some point go to like the actual bigger shopping centre near me, either if not this weekend then next weekend, but I just keep putting it off because I hate having to do it because it's just painful. And then on Saturday night, so tomorrow night, we are going to see the Mamma Mia stage show, which we've had tickets booked for since like November or December last year, so I'm excited that we're finally going to that. And then Sunday I don't have any plans, I don't think. So yeah, that's the weekend plan. So can I get this finished? I still have like 350 pages left in this. Paper Girls Volume 1, which I can get through very quickly, but then potentially all of Toil and Trouble as well, which I don't know how long it is exactly, but it's not a short book. Like, there's a lot of authors in that, so I feel like there's a lot of short stories. So, I don't know. Like I said, my minimum goal is to get this and Paper Girls done. Oh, hi, Winifred. That is the, like, mini goal. Ideally, I would like to get it all read, and if I really, like, spend some time reading tomorrow afternoon, and then on Sunday I don't have anything going on, maybe I could, but we'll see. So I'll check in with you guys. I might check in with you guys when I get home from the movie if I'm feeling really like I need to talk about my feelings, or I'll definitely check in with you guys at some point tomorrow, let you know how I'm getting on. Hopefully this continues. I'm at the point now where I love this so much that I'm worried that this, like, I'm only 200 pages in, that the next 350 pages isn't going to be as good, and I'm going to be let down, because at the moment I love it so much that I just want it to stay this good, and I feel like there's no way it could stay this good, but we'll see. So that's it. I will talk to you guys in the future. Bye, guys. Hi guys, it is, what time is it? 11:18 p.m. on Saturday the 20th of October. It's day 6, well, night 6 of Spookathon. I didn't end up filming a clip for you during the day, so I went to coffee this morning. So, backtrack. I went last night to see A Star Is Born. I was maybe going to film a clip when I got home, but to be honest, I was pretty emotional. I felt very emotionally drained after the end of that movie. It was so good though. So good. I loved it. So I came home from that, basically went straight to bed, went to coffee this morning. I came home and I ended up falling asleep and I slept most of today, if I'm being perfectly honest. I then went tonight. I've just come home from seeing the Mamma Mia stage show, which was really good as well. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. We went to dinner before, so my mum picked me up at 4:45. So I've been out since 4:45 and I've literally just got home. Winifred is so happy I'm home. Hey, baby. So, just got home. I have done very little reading. Like I said, I slept most of today. I did read a little bit today, but not very much. I'm now very confident that I'm not getting to Toil and Trouble. I'm still hopeful that maybe I can finish this and Paper Girls, because I know if I finish this, I can read Paper Girls really quickly, but will I finish this? I'm currently on page 231. I've read like 30 pages since I last checked in with you guys. So that means I have still over 300 pages left to go in this that I would have to read tomorrow. So it's doable, but will it happen? I don't know. This readathon started off strong, but has kind of fallen by the wayside. I'm still really enjoying this. Me not getting to it is not because I'm not enjoying it. I'm really, really enjoying this. I just haven't dedicated the time to reading. I also literally, at a slow part in the musical tonight, literally just had the thought pop into my head that I was supposed to have filmed, edited, and uploaded a video that was supposed to go up tonight, and I completely forgot about it because I slept all day. I'm so annoyed at myself because I've been really good with my upload schedule, so I'm going to have to film, edit that, and get that up as soon as I can tomorrow. I don't have actually any plans tomorrow. I don't think I've got anything going on at all, so hopefully I can get a lot of reading done, but I also do need to get some stuff done around the house. And yeah, I think that's it. Hopefully I can check in with you guys tomorrow with a nice day lit clip, because those are always a good thing. But yeah, wish me luck, guys. I really want to finish this tomorrow. So wish me luck. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Hi, folks. It is 5:40 p.m. on Sunday, the 21st of October. It is the 7th and final day of Spookathon, and I need to keep this really quick because I'm super late to go around to my parents' place for dinner. So I have just been at home today. I haven't had as much reading time as I would like, so I've really been trying to get stuff done. I filmed 2 videos. I've edited and uploaded one of them. I've been doing some washing and just some stuff around the house. So I have been reading intermittently, but not as much as I would have liked. So I'm currently on page, still reading Fingersmith. I'm currently on page, what page is this? 395. So I've still got about 150 pages left. I'm still hoping to get this done tonight and then, if possible, squeeze in Paper Girls Volume 1, but we'll see. I am going to give you guys another check-in. My next vlog starts tomorrow, but even if I have to do just I want to do a little wrap-up clip of everything that I've read and what challenges I managed to complete and all of that type of thing. So I'm not sure whether that'll be later tonight, or whether I'll film that for you guys tomorrow. But you will be seeing me again. But I gotta go because I'm really late for dinner. I normally try to get around to my parents' place by about 5, and it's 20 to 6, and we normally eat at 6. So, well, my parents eat at 6. I don't eat at 6, but my parents do. So I gotta go. I will talk to you guys again very, very soon. Bye, guys. Hi guys, so it is actually now Monday, the day following Spookathon, and I wanted to give you guys a very quick clip, just giving you an overall update and wrap up of what I managed to read during Spookathon. It definitely wasn't as successful as a readathon as I was hoping that it would be, but these things happen. So first off, I read The Dead Ex by Jane Corey. That was the book that completed my challenge, the challenges of reading a thriller and reading a book with a spooky word in the title. So I completed 2 challenges. I enjoyed it. I had some problems with it, but overall I enjoyed it, and I gave that one 3.5 stars. I then finished 2 audiobooks, God's Grave by J. Kristoff, which I gave 4.5 stars and really, really enjoyed. That didn't count for any challenges, was just supplementary to Spookathon. I then also finished the audiobook for Brave by Rose McGowan. Again, just completely supplementary to Spookathon, didn't complete any challenges, and I gave that one 4 stars. Then the only other book that I ended up finishing for Spookathon, which I did finish last night before I went to sleep, was Fingersmith by Sarah Waters. So I ended up finishing this. I stayed up to finish it. I finished it about 11 o'clock, I think it was, but I did get it done. I really enjoyed this, like really, really enjoyed it. I've been going back and forth today since I finished it last night on what I think my overall rating on it is going to be. And I think I finished up at a 4.5 star. I'm still mulling on it a little bit. I kind of want to give it 5 stars, but I'm not sure if I just want to give it 5 stars because this was on my 5-star TBR predictions. And if that's what's pushing me to give it 5 stars, or if I actually think it's a 5-star book. So I am going to probably mull on it a bit more. I'll put my final rating on the screen. I'm thinking a 4.5 star at this stage though. I really enjoyed this. This book has such great twists and turns in the plot. It's just like, it's just so twisty-turny in like such a great way. All of the characters are so interesting. They're all really grey, like characters that all have, you're not sure, like you never agree with everything that any of the characters is doing, which I always really, really love. And it's also so atmospheric, being set in like Victorian London, and the author does a great job with that setting. And then part of it is set not necessarily in London itself, it's in like a house, like a manor, well no, it's not a manor, you know what I'm talking about, like a estate type thing, a big rich mansion type house, and like, you know, this creepy gothic mansion type of thing, and that's a great setting as well. The author did really great with all of those things. I don't really have any complaints about it at all, really. I do think that it could maybe get a little bit slow in parts, but at the same time, not really. And the main complaint that most people have about this that I can't go into without spoiling things, that I read in like all of the reviews that I was reading, I completely disagree with. So like maybe this is a 5-star, but I'm not sure. I'm going to mull on it a little bit longer, but really enjoyed this. And this completed the challenge of reading a book set not in the current time period, because this is set in London in 1862. So that completed that challenge. And that's it. They are the only books that I read. So I only completed 3 of the challenges. I didn't end up getting to Paper Girls Volume 1, which I was going to use for reading a book with pictures. And I didn't get to Toil and Trouble, which I was going to use for the challenge of reading a book with purple on the cover. And I did want to get to that as well because it was the group read. And I also wanted to get to it because it's been a really anticipated book for me, and it was an excuse for me to bump it up my TBR, and now I probably won't get to it for a really long time. So yeah, that is it, I think. I've had such a great time with Spookathon. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the outro. Bye guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed this vlog. Did you guys participate in Spookathon? How did you do? I hope you did a little bit better than me. It was definitely not as successful of a reading week as I would have liked, but I would love to chat in the comments down below how you guys did. Please like this video if you liked it. Please subscribe if you want to see more from my channel. That is all I have for this video today. Bye guys.